need to switch to the next presentation. That will be given by David Maggart on IGS Network Coordinator Update. Please, David.
I'm David Maggart, and I work for UNAVCO, and I'm the IGS Network Coordinator. And today I'm going to be giving an update of what's happened in the last year for the IGS network. So currently the IGS network is made up of 509 IGS stations. Of those stations, 87% have returned data in the last 10 days, or 444 stations have supplied data. So that's a pretty good return on the number of stations that are currently providing data. Over the last year, we've increased the number of multi-GNSS stations up to 353 stations. So approximately 69% of the network is providing multi-GNSS network data. And we've increased the number of real-time stations to 292. So that's 57% of the stations providing real-time data. Over the course of the last year, we've added 7 new IGS stations to the network. And what happens when a station is proposed, we have a review panel that reviews the submissions. And the review panel is the infrastructure committee chair, the 2 IGS governing board network representatives, and the network coordinator. During the last year, we've decommissioned 4 stations from the network. During the last year, we've made 25 changes to the receiver antenna tab file. This is the file that houses the IGS approved equipment for use in the IGS network. And the changes to this file are done in collaboration with the antenna working group chair. The network coordinator provides assistance with site log updates in the site log manager application. And over the course of the year, we've had 662 site log updates. So that's approximately 60 log updates per month. Within the network over the last year, 9 stations have had antenna changes, and 2 of them were changed at IGS 14 core stations. Very early in the year, we made the final steps to transition the operation of the rt.igs.org caster from the Central Bureau over to UCAR. So as of now, UCAR is the complete operator of that caster, and the Central Bureau is no longer taking over running that caster. During the year, we've had approximately 130 different questions that have been sent to the Central Bureau, and we do our best to answer those questions as they come in. And when necessary, we ask for assistance from our other IGS experts to fill in the answers that need to be answered. So ongoing tasks of the network coordinator include monitoring station log and RINEX metadata consistencies. And whenever there's an inconsistency, we work with the station operators to rectify the situation and get it so that everything is matching again. We coordinate new station proposals as they come in with the review panel that I previously mentioned. And I also work with manufacturers for adding new equipment entries to the receiver antenna tab file and the antenna GRA file. So a couple of things that I'd like to highlight for station operators. We are encouraging station operators to use generic agency contacts in their site logs instead of personal specific contact information. And this is so that our site logs can comply with the EU GDPR data privacy rules that are out there. And there's a couple of site logs that have had these changes made. So if you need an example of what we're looking for, you can check out the site log for station CKIS or VNDP. And we sent this notice out to the station operator mailing list. So if there's any station operators that didn't receive this message, please let the Central Bureau know so that we can add you to the station operator mailing list. And one final thing I'd like to mention is that we're also encouraging all station operators to modernize their IGS stations such that they provide multi-GNSS data and Rhinix 3. We still have 156 stations in the IGS network that are still providing just Rhinix 2 and GLONASS or GPS and GLONASS data only. So if it's possible for those station operators that are out there that could modernize and upgrade their stations, that would certainly be appreciated for the IGS network modernization. And that is my update for this last year.
Thanks a lot, David.
We still have a question that came after David transition as to why UCAR and not UNAVCO for the RT caster.
Okay, this is for David, I guess.
I'm not sure I can exactly say why it was chosen that UCAR was picked over UNAVCO. I wasn't really part of that decision. I'll just say that at the time that the caster was originally set up, it was set up on the DreamHost cloud service that the Central Bureau had at the time. And now that DreamHost server service is no longer being used. And so part of the migration that took place was to migrate not only the Central Bureau website to AWS, but also we needed to move the real-time service to another provider. And UCAR was an agency that was willing to step up and help out. But I don't know specifically why UCAR was chosen over UNAVCO.
Thanks, David.